Welcome to the All Ground Pod. Welcome to the All Ground Pod.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the All Ground Pod. Welcome to the All Ground.
Did we not have time make a full intro for us for this exact reason?
Hey, it's never enough.
We're throwing back, man.
Welcome to the All Ground.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the All Ground Pod. It's the All Ground Pod. Yeah, we're back to the All Ground Pod. Yeah, we're back to the All Ground Pod. We're back to the All Ground Pod. We're back to the All Ground Pod. I'm with Elias, Temp Ty, me, and everyone else in the room. You can't see, but just don't.
We got a whole production team.
Yeah, this podcast is really blowing up.
All right. Wow. Dude, I'm sweating.
It's hard work.
Why are you sweating? Oh,
I
it's
don't
the
know.
coffee.
It's just I got
How many
coffee
coffees?
coursing through my veins.
How many coffees have you had?
No, this is my first one.
Okay. Well, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the All Ground Podcast.
Yeah. Thank God you're back because Nate was just horrible.
I know, right?
Oh, God.
What did
What
we
a-
get? Like
Oh,
negative
man.
3 views on that one?
Ah,
Well,
Dude.
luckily we haven't.
it's not
I
out
haven't
yet,
even posted that yet.
Yeah.
So
Thank
maybe we
God.
Just don't.
Maybe we just
Maybe
don't.
don't do that. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Nate was a great guest.
He was.
I always wonder if we just like ask people, hey, will you just be on the pod? If they get kind of nervous. Because even though it's, still a smaller podcast, it can be nerve-wracking being on camera and having a microphone in front of you.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about the camera part.
I remember. I definitely remember my first time being asked to be on a podcast. I was nervous for sure.
Yeah.
I was nervous. I didn't know when to drink water, what to like. I just sat there still the whole time. Didn't move an inch. Didn't drink water. I was like, I can't move. I can't move.
Were your knees
Yeah.
weak?
Arms were heavy.
Yeah.
And I did have vomit on my stomach.
Was it mom's spaghetti? I don't even think your mom even makes spaghetti, does she?
It was
It's
my
like
roommate's
beneath her.
spaghetti at the time.
It's beneath her.
Yeah, she makes
Whoa,
way
dude,
better
you're
food
going to
than
piss
that.
off a bunch of Italian moms.
Yeah, I guess.
That have like crafted a spaghetti
Yeah,
recipe
actually,
over
the
1,000
thing about-
years.
Yeah.
We went to this little Italian place in SF one time. And like just the difference between like making spaghetti at home and really quality
Homemade
like
spaghetti.
homemade, pasta
Yeah.
of any kind with like a homemade sauce is just incredible, man. The difference is night and day.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like a homemade just out of the package spaghetti with a little bit of
Yeah.
Sauce,
Yeah. I mean, it's
little
mostly about
ragu.
the sauce at that point, right? If that's where you can really customize it. But how many people actually like mix the dough and like cut it and like
Yeah.
actually turn it into pasta strips? Like,
And it's
not a lot of people
fresh.
doing that. Yeah.
You don't boil like it's not hard
It's
and
not,
then you boil
like,
it.
crunchy,
It's-
like you could stab
know?
somebody with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm sure our podcast viewers
No, they
love
love
to
this
hear
shit.
us talk about Italian food.
Yeah,
Let's
they
talk
love
about
it.
enrichment. So, so all of
Like
the
what?
rice, wheat, pasta. When it says enriched, does anybody know what that
no.
even means?
Yes, I do know what that means. and
Yeah.
That's not good.
They've sprayed it with folic acid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of us, me included, have the MTHFR gene. And it's really bad for me. It really affects my body a lot. So
Which they put folic acid in a lot of prenatal vitamins,
Mhm.
but
Yep.
you're supposed to buy the ones with just straight folate, right? Yes.
Folate is actually naturally occurring. Folic acid is not. Folic acid
Yes.
does not exist in nature. We make it in a lab, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, you told me that a while back. And kind of a bummer. A lot of the sourdough products that are just like, marketed
Yeah,
as just
yeah.
being sourdough
Mhm.
are enriched wheat, which
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. Really, really hard to find just a strict sourdough.
it's tough.
Unless
There's
you make
some
it yourself, obviously.
some
Yeah, that's the
pastas you
only
can
way.
get like that are imported from say Italy, and some of it won't be enriched, so you
Yeah.
can't find it in America. But,
Yeah.
but like if you go to Europe, nothing's enriched, which is
Mhm.
awesome. Which is like a lot of people travel there, and they're like, I don't know what happened. I went there and I just ate like I always eat, and my stomach felt good. Like I didn't have the upset stomach I usually have. I'm like, well, I can give you some reasons why that's probably the case. They don't do GMO, they don't enrich.
Yeah.
So
I thought you were talking more about like enrichment in our own lives.
That too.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Enrichment in our own lives.
Okay.
And maybe some other people's lives as well. What's really enriching you, Temp Ty?
What is enriching me? I'll tell you what's
Or Laird.
enriching me.
Is that a
Enriching?
Is enriching? Is something
Enrichment? Yeah.
But is enriching like a...
Is that a way?
I don't know if enriching, I think it's a valid derivative. I don't know. I've never used it that way.
Last night I was enriching myself.
I had a really bad enrich on my. Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I was real enrichy, and I was just scratching my enrich.
Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah.
What enriches you, Ty?
And
Enriches.
unsubscribe.
Enriches.
Okay, so I know we're gonna get into this, and I'm gonna say right now, we had the promotion ceremony,
Yeah.
and anytime there are awards being handed out and stuff, and I will say you did give me a promotion, which was awesome, but
Yeah.
I always get reflective about those sorts of things and kind of introspective and like, what do I enjoy most about that? And to be honest, just the camaraderie, the community, and then seeing these other guys and girls that I started here and got to know. And some of them had started before me, some of them started after me, but just watching them get better was it was very rewarding for me to see them get promoted because, I feel like they've worked super hard. I've seen them work hard. I've seen them come in, day out and train hard. And so it was really awesome. That was very enriching. I love being part of a community where, kind of that rising tide, all ships are coming up. It's just so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
Made me happy.
That's a great point. Hey, Tina, there's dogs out there. Boji, stay.
Boji. We've got Boji in the studio today.
Yeah.
And he's guarding the studio.
Well, I want to go more into Ty's, promotion later on, and just the other promotions. But what about you, Elias?
Enriching?
What's enriching you?
I feel like I get a lot of enrichment from, one, just quality time with Ruby. I mean, we're both so busy, so
Okay, she's not listening.
I know.
I'm kidding.
No, I know. But she
It's
is.
all about Ruby. I love you, baby.
I know
Ruby's
you're listening.
really the only thing.
I know you're listening, love.
Messing with you.
Yeah, no, we're just super busy, and just
Yeah.
when we can slow down and when we're on the porch and can do like a crossword or just have coffee, and that just feels so good.
Yeah.
But definitely getting out with Burger a lot. Like just having him on a consistent schedule is really enriching for me. Like going out, doing our thing. We kind of have a routine where like I'll go say what up to Jake at Coffee Bar. I'll get a coffee, and then him and I will go to the park and just sipping on my coffee, throwing the ball to Burger at the park.
That's really nice.
Pretty like on almost a daily basis. I mean, I don't always get to go straight to the park, but just having a coffee and playing with Burger feels like a really enriching time for me, and kind of a step outside of the academy, because I mean, this whole experience is enriching, like being in all ground morning and night. I love it. I really never get tired of it.
But it can't be everything.
Yeah.
It can't be.
Yeah. I feel like I'm so excited about it too. 'Cause I'm, enriching myself outside of the space as well. So giving my brain and body a break from the space, and then coming in here refreshed.
Yeah.
I got to interject, by the way. Speaking of, just cool stuff happening. I saw that video of Lola, the Negative Association, that little acoustic preview of the new song.
Yeah.
It's pretty fire.
Yeah. That's
good.
actually, that was, the acoustic version of a new song that we've worked on. It's called Pick at It. And for those who don't know, I am in a band with my sister and a couple of my really close friends. And it's been awesome. Yeah, we're about to release our EP, I think, just, in January, if not late December. 5-song EP. We've been working on it really hard. And it's kind of it's a really cool thing to experience music at that level where you kind of have to devote a lot of yourself. But it will be, it will soon be the end of my chapter with Negative Association. As the gym is growing, and my focus has always been martial arts, and doing the music thing with Lola and the rest of the band has been amazing. But ultimately, like, it is my sister's dream. It is her goal. And I'm glad that I got to be a part of it for the time that I was. And we played like over 30 shows.
Yeah.
Like at this point. So it's been a really cool, arc, if you will. And but I will be stepping away from the band, just focusing more on all ground and getting back to competition, getting back to fighting. But we'll always have, a connection there, and we'll support them 1,000%. But it's been
well. Now that we're done with the enrichment portion.
Oh wait, no. Thank God. Okay, what else were we talking about? What about you, Laird?
Let's see.
You,
I think it's pretty obvious, but I think also to Ty's point, or just to add to what Ty had to say for himself, I kind of get the same feeling, like watching people put in time here at the gym, and like, it started just from like the people around me, like starting with Elias and then Tina, like the people that I really care about, like watching them succeed. Nothing feels better than seeing someone succeed after like putting all the effort in.
Yeah.
Like when someone really puts the effort in and seeing them do something with that.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like the like typical version of success, maybe like a win or something like that, but just displaying their hard work,
Yeah.
And we get to see that a lot now with our students, and then we have Julian upcoming and this weekend, and to be able to, he's put in a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm really, really excited to see, him display that hard work, and I'm sure that I will get a lot of enrichment from that. And then obviously, like the biggest one is, Tina and Lila.
Yeah.
Watching Lila grow is like a weird thing, because you're like, get this sense of like, you're proud, right? You're proud of your daughter. You're excited. You're happy for them. Like they're making all these improvements and leaps and bounds. But then like, you just get this like wave of sadness where you're like, oh my gosh, it's happening so fast.
Yeah.
She's walking.
Ty's
She
like,
took 10 steps on her own.
Oh.
Yeah. So those little moments, and, I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but I got away from social media. And I think that was like a big reason for me to just step away from that completely, was like, I just wanted to absorb all the time I could with Lila. Like in the time that's just like, she's changing rapidly, day in and day out. And like, I just want to be focused on her all the time so that I can witness those things and like fully absorb them.
Yeah.
Not just like let it pass, but just fully take it in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's enrichment.
Yeah. That's powerful. Awesome too. And I think that's so important as you're a young father, and beautiful baby Lila. She's amazing. And it's crazy too. I'm seeing from the outside, but yeah, it feels like every time I see her, something's different. She's changing so much. And I think you getting that up, giving yourself that opportunity to fully focus and absorb that and witness it, like you were saying, is something that you will appreciate that you did, because I'm sure it's going to go fast. I'm sure for Ty, it went faster than you can even imagine.
Super fast. Yeah. It's crazy. You just blink.
Super fast.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know it's so cool too, because like there's like a huge community at the gym now. That's a lot of people are about to be parents.
Yeah,
have their own kids,
crazy.
and like it's just I guess it's that time in our lives.
I think you just wanted to grow
us.
the kids program. You're like, hey, everybody breed. Let's go.
Yeah.
We need more kids in our kids program.
Parents.
Yeah.
Do your part.
That's actually
The deadline is
something
9
that
months.
I really hope.
Yeah.
I hope that 3-4 years down the line, all these kids that are,
Yeah.
all these kids that are on the way, they're they're in the little minis class and they're starting their jiu-jitsu journey.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I mean, that would make me so happy. Because Lila's definitely doing it.
It's crazy, you know. Like one of the greatest joys for me is like getting to roll with my son. You know, like
Yes.
and he's getting so good. He's totally gonna tap me soon.
He is good.
It's a bittersweet thing, right? It's like I don't want to lose, but like there's nobody on earth I'd rather lose to than him.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but he knows if he gets me, he really got me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
It's gotta
never
be-
gonna let him win
It's
ever.
got to be earned.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah. He was saying the other day, he's like, I just got to tap my dad.
You know,
I'm going to go tap my dad real quick or something.
yeah, your triangle escape, Laird, the day that we worked on that, like that was such a great escape. And I wasn't good at getting out of triangles until then. And since then, nobody's tapped me on a triangle. And Reed has gotten me into multiple because he's quick. You know, like he'll slap that leg around my neck.
Yeah.
He can't finish me. Like I can even let him get it as deep as he wants. I'm like, go ahead, like pull my arm across, whatever, grab my leg, get the underhook, whatever.
Yeah.
Now see if you can finish it. He can't finish me.
Oh,
so
man.
it's just too good. It's your coaching.
Yeah.
You're like, sorry, Reed, if it weren't for
Reed.
Laird, you would have me already.
Yeah. You might have caught your dad, but my coaching's just way too good.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I love that's another thing. You know, when I can teach something and people like really take it and just learn it and apply it to their jiu-jitsu game like almost immediately. Gosh, that feels so good as a coach.
Yeah.
To be able to be like, wow. Obviously, like everything we teach works. Like I know for a fact everything we teach works. But not everything we teach works for everyone right away.
Right.
So
It
it's
takes
like,
time. It takes time to incorporate that stuff.
Yes.
And to understand it at the level that you have to understand it so that it can work.
Yeah, exactly. So it makes me happy when people can take something that they learn from me and apply it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And eventually everyone will be able to do that. And obviously we're seeing that. And I think that could be like a great kind of just segue into the promotion ceremony.
Yeah. I think
just
so
like
too.
everybody's improvement.
Yeah.
Do you want to start, Elias, with something?
No, yeah, I was going to segue into that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had promotions, and every now and then, I kind of feel like I talk to you and Tina. I'm like, should we just promote this person? And you guys remind me that it is really special when we can just host the promotions as one day.
Yeah.
And every time we do it, I mean, we've only done it twice now, but especially after this time, I'm just like, oh yeah, of course. And then it makes me think about, what you told me, Ty, is just the power of moments.
Yeah.
And even, a simple act of giving a couple stripes it can be very powerful. And I think it's just because we know everybody here and we have something to say individually about each person. And I think maybe that's what makes people feel the way they do.
Yeah.
And I think that is more special than just giving those two stripes or a couple stripes. But having your coaches talk about you in a way where, they can feel that we genuinely care about them and we're watching their journey. They're not just another cog in the machine here at All Ground. But they're important to us, as is every member. So yeah, making people feel special. And I feel like this promotion was just awesome.
Yeah.
It was so cool. I felt like we had so much energy going into it, just from the tournament, even before the tournament, the training camp, then the tournament. And yeah, it was just, I feel like it was a big success.
I think, one thing that I've kind of been able to notice through owning and a gym and being a coach, is like these people really, like, it means a big deal to some of these people to get something as small as a stripe. And, for me, like, our dad never striped us. Really, it was
Other than when you did bad stuff.
yeah,
Stripe that butt.
yeah, exactly.
With our belt, our own jiu-jitsu belt.
Oh man, that's savage.
Go get your belt.
But yeah. So to me, I like put like such I didn't put any emphasis on stripes. I was like, it doesn't really matter. It's just like a, at the time I was like, it's a participation award.
Yeah.
It's like before the belt, like really the belt is the thing that matters. The stripes are just like, yeah, you're doing good. You're training, but I've taken a totally different approach about it now. And like, even just view it in a different way because yeah, like people care a lot about us noticing their progress, and I think a stripe, even one, is just a recognition from us that they're improving, where sometimes people don't feel like that. And so to get that recognition is a great feeling.
Yeah.
And, people brought out their parents, people brought out
Yeah.
friends and family to see them get promoted, even if they knew like, oh, I'm not getting a belt, but, it's still a big deal for them to get a stripe. So now after, witnessing all that in the time that we've been here, it's totally changed my mind on that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's any feedback you guys can give is very meaningful to the people here. Whether it's a stripe or an honorable mention, anything. People want it. They want to know that it's, I think wording it, making people feel special. I think more accurately, it would be letting people know that they are special to you, because I think that's the sincere truth, is that everybody here is special to you guys. They mean something to you, and you're letting them know that. And that's super powerful and important.
Yeah.
I've been thinking so much about the Teddy Roosevelt quote you shared with me too. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care, essentially, is what it is.
Yep. I think you nailed it. That was it.
Yeah. And I think that's another reason why even just getting a couple stripes can feel so good, because when they look at Laird and Tina and I, we put a lot of care into the program. And I think it's because not only has this been our entire life, but All Ground is also our livelihood. We pour everything into this space because we absolutely want it to be the best. And I think when you have coaches that care so much, when you see them and everybody's attentive and they're really trying to get to everyone on the mat, it just makes you care that much more. If you're coming in, a coach is on their phone or just chilling or seems like they're not really thinking about what they're teaching. I mean, students can feel that. And Laird and I and Tina have gone to gyms all over the world. And so we've experienced that here and there. And it doesn't feel good. No. And I think when you're on the mats here, not only do you feel like the coaches care, but it feels like the community cares. And people, want to know your name, want to lift you up, want to support you, want to know what's going on. And so, just a couple stripes can mean the world, because you know that it's coming from people that genuinely care about your journey. And so you're going to care more. You're going to show up and be like, man, I got to earn this. Yeah. I got to work hard. I got to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
You guys don't get the reference, do you?
No, but
all right. In the comments, if you know what I'm referencing, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came.
Step Brothers.
Oh yeah, so close.
Talladega Nights.
Blaze of Glory.
Yeah, we gave out a lot of stripes.
Yeah.
And then we gave out a few belts.
Yeah, we handed out 5 blue belts.
Yeah, which was great. And I feel like everyone that got a blue belt is a blue belt. But I also feel like this, and I felt this about myself every time I got promoted, where I was like, I feel like the belt I am if I make myself believe that I'm that belt,
Yeah.
So if I'm at a blue belt and my dad's ready to give me a purple belt, I just gotta, I talk about it a lot, just filling the shoes. Mm-hmm. Once that blue belt, that purple belt, or whatever it is wrapped around your waist, just believe it. Just believe it and absorb it and be like, yes, this is where I'm at. And it's time to be this. It's time to display my jiu-jitsu to represent this belt, Yeah. So I think that's a big thing, is like, if Like if you don't give some of those people blue belts, they could probably think, yeah, I'm definitely, I'm still a white belt. I'm still a white belt. That's good.
There's a couple of thoughts that I had about it, and it's like when you're a kid and your parents are shopping for clothes for you, your mom, and let's face it, dads don't buy clothes for their kids, but when your mom's buying clothes for you, she never buys you clothes that fit exactly. She always buys you clothes that are a little bit too big.
Yes.
And then she'll always say, what?
Yeah.
You'll grow
Yeah,
into
you'll
it.
grow
Yes.
into them.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
I feel like you guys giving out those belts, it's like you're big enough to have that belt, but you've got growth to fill it. And I think that's kind of the way that you should feel when you get the belt. It's like, okay, I've got some growth to do, but I'm close enough that they think I'm here.
Yeah. And the belt is like, it's just, like I said, good recognition of where you're at realistically, because Elias and I and Tina, we give out belts realistically. Like we want you to be a blue belt.
Yeah.
We want other people to be a purple belt. When you walk into another gym, we don't want a bunch of blue belts crushing you,
Yeah.
and for
Who
you to
gave
feel like,
you that?
gosh, yeah, exactly.
You're a fraud.
Yeah. Like we want people, and we, like Elias said, we've trained all over the world, trained in many different gyms. Like we know what it feels like to roll with a blue belt, purple belt of a level to where like that's the exact belt they should be at.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
If that makes sense.
No,
I
it
kind of
totally does.
butchered it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, being like we understand, and it might be hard for other people to understand, but we understand the baseline of each belt.
Yes.
Just having trained our whole lives and competed at the highest level and trained in some of the best rooms in the world, we know exactly where people should be, and that's why here people would probably think it takes a while to get to the next belt. Granted, you don't ever want to really be like thinking about the belt. Just you want to be thinking about showing up, but for us, it's like the commitment and how you're like pursuing these techniques is more important than the belt itself. And when we feel like, all right, I mean, this person is moving like what we would think a high level blue belt would do. They're training with their training partners in a way where they're like thinking like a high level blue belt, then it's apparent to us. And I think that's when we feel comfortable making that decision. But yeah, you just think about the repercussions too. Like you don't want people to be like, to feel that they got their belt for a different reason.
Yeah.
You want them to just know in their heart that like they earned it and that you recognize that in them. Because we've seen it all. People that should be, different belts and honestly, even black belts. People get their black belts. And it's kind of a thing in jiu-jitsu where maybe a lot of people or instructors just want more colored belts and black belts underneath them. And so they tend to get in this flow of promotions that aren't realistic to where like the modern standard.
Right.
But you have to have like your finger on the pulse to the world of jiu-jitsu and the way it's evolving in order to really understand where your students should be. We're trying to move the needle forward out here in Reno, where jiu-jitsu isn't as big as it could be. We've got a good scene out here, but when a tournament comes to Reno, I expect way more people to be signing up. And I think that we're, as an academy, helping move that needle forward because competition is good for everybody. And whether we, say it out loud or not, all of these gyms are competing against each other in some way. And I think it's a healthy competition.
Should be,
where we can raise each other up. We can raise the standard of jiu-jitsu out here. Because the more you raise that, there's so many people here and there's so many people moving here. Reno's growing vastly. And there's so much of this pie to go around. So many people to fill all the academies here.
Yeah, if everybody in Reno wanted to do jiu-jitsu all at once, we wouldn't have nearly enough academies. Right? They'd all be just bursting at the seams.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's one of our duties, whether it's like whether we're thinking about it or not, but to move jiu-jitsu forward out here so that other academies are inspired to do the same. And if they're not, then they shouldn't be around anyways, because if you aren't inspired to get better every single day as an academy or as an instructor, this is not what you should be doing.
Yeah.
True.
And like what you said, Ty, like obviously getting a belt is great, feels good, it's amazing. But progress focus is like a big thing. Just making sure you're showing up every day and you're progressing. And like, if you are showing up, you're gonna progress. You know, some people progress faster. And Elias, you were saying like it takes a while, but you know, for some people it didn't take as long. I mean, Julian, who trains every day, twice a day, got his blue belt within, you know, a little over a year.
Yeah.
And, you know, and he's definitely a blue belt. He's already gone out and competed and beat purple belts. And so like there are ways to expedite your process, you know, like if you, those things are no secret. It's just showing up. And what I was kind of trying to say when I was promoting Colton, and I feel the same way about Ty, is like making sure that you're giving everything to that hour. You know, it's an hour of your day. If you can give all your attention to that hour, because sometimes I feel like people come into jiu-jitsu and they're like, I'm going to jiu-jitsu. And, you know, they just drill the move, but the whole time they're thinking like, man, I can't wait to roll and hit that one pass that I really like, you know?
Right.
And it's not like there's some people like you and Colton and other people in the gym too that, you know, really are very like attentive to the whole hour, you know, trying the move, really taking in details during the drilling, and then also like trying to apply it in your rolls, you know, and trying to do that. And when you know, use that hour to that level, you're going to progress a lot faster. You know?
Yeah. There's this idea of deep practice, right? So in that Josh Waitskin book, The Art of Learning, he talks about people like they take students at high level places like Juilliard, and they look at how they practice, and then they compare which students are making faster progress, and the ones that practice in very particular ways make much faster progress, which is mindful practice, where you don't just go through the motions, but you do it, you think about it, and then like, so when you're doing a speed drill, there's 3 of us, right? 2 people are going and you're watching. While you're watching, you should probably be like looking to see what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and then using that introspectively to say, okay, am I doing that right? Am I doing that wrong? And like thinking about it. And if you're not figuring out something that you're not doing quite right, you're probably not really thinking about it, because like even if you're super high level, there's always room for improvement at anything. And so it's that deep practice, that mindful practice that is, I think, what you're getting at. Like you gotta be thinking about what you're doing, not just doing it.
Yes. Yeah. I agree.
I couldn't agree more.
Thank you for that.
And I think we're struggling in today's day and age with attention, which is also why I feel like jiu-jitsu or anything like this, where you have to be attentive and focus on a technique and then repeat that technique with your training partners, is so beneficial to your brain.
I agree.
Because I mean, when we're outside of here, I mean, I think about it a lot. Like, how can I have better attention? How can I have better focus? And definitely like scrolling on your phone and doing all these things where your attention is so heavily divided all the time. It has an effect on you in everything that you do. And so I think that if you're wanting to get better at jiu-jitsu and you only have 3 days a week, but you know, because of work or family or whatnot, then how can you basically level up your attention outside of jiu-jitsu? Probably by reading a book. You know, I'm just going to read a book instead of scrolling on my phone, because at least a book, I'm following a storyline. I have to keep my attention here. Even like watching a show, like just like watching a show from start to finish and understanding the story is better than, you know, watching 10 different videos on
5-second
YouTube.
reels,
Yeah.
like, where it's just constant attention shift,
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, how often nowadays do you see people throw on a show and then are on their phone, and scroll a little bit, watch the show, scroll a little bit, watch the show?
Ty, you got that story of the kids that were
Yeah,
watching
at
Demon
Demon
Slayer.
Slayer.
Yeah, we went to see Infinity Castle with my son Graham, and we've been looking forward to it, because it was a big buildup.
Mm-hmm.
I was even in Japan when it released in Japan, and I was like bummed because they didn't have a subtitled version or a dubbed version, so I wouldn't have been able to understand it. So I'm like, I guess I'm waiting. So we go sit down, and these two guys sit down next to us, and they just immediately get on their phones. And of course, it's the movie hasn't started yet, so I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
But then the movie starts and it's going, and they're still on their phones. They're not even looking at the screen. And I'm like, what are these guys doing? The entire movie, they were on their phones. I was like, why did you even pay for a ticket? That's crazy. I didn't understand it. It wasn't particularly distracting, other than the fact that, like, when I did notice it, I was aghast. I was like, there's no value to the money you spent. So wasteful.
Yeah.
What are some practices you have that kind of
For that?
help you?
Well,
with that,
honestly, I
help you
feel
with
like I'm practicing it right now because I understand. I was kind of talking to Joe about this too at Open Mat, but I definitely struggle managing my own attention, like struggle a lot, like trying to direct it. And so for me, when I feel like I'm given a task, I think that's kind of the hard part too about entrepreneurship and business is you're wearing so many hats. So it's easy to jump from task to task, but the more you can focus on just one at a time, not only are you're serving yourself better, but you're serving the task or the project better.
Yeah.
But little things here and there where, like, if I start a podcast, I'm trying to finish it. I'm not like jumping into the next thing. Like, just trying to finish things I start, being attentive while I'm working on them. And then another practice that I heard on a podcast was just like waiting. The art of waiting, where, like, if you're on a date and person you're on a date with goes to the bathroom and instantly we pull out our phone.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't
we
do
cannot
that.
even wait.
Yeah.
And so, and that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird when you think about it. It's like, oh, I got to distract myself while this person's just going to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's
Can't
a
have
big
a
one.
moment of quiet.
Yes. Instead, you could just sit there, look at the room around you, sip your glass of wine or whatever, and just kind of wait and feel yourself in that moment.
That's funny you say that, because that's actually something I've been really trying to practice or like just put into practice, like anytime I'm out. And nowadays, like, I feel like the weirdo that I'm not on my phone. Like, if I'm like in a coffee shop and like Tina goes to the bathroom or is somewhere, like, if I'm just like staring or like looking around, I'm like, it feels weird at some point.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I'm just going to stare at the table.
Yeah.
But then people are like, why is that guy just staring down at the table?
You know what you need? You need a pocket notebook.
Yeah, notebook.
A little pocket notebook.
Yeah.
You can write down some thoughts.
Or sometimes I'll just look out the window and like look at the trees or something. And yeah, but that's a great little practice, because that's such a underrated thing that people don't even think about, because it just feels so normal to be like, all right, I don't have the person I'm talking to, so I'm just going to.
Well, you
get
can
some
people
entertainment.
watch, go anywhere, any public space, and just start looking around at people.
People watching us.
95 to, sometimes 100% of the people around you are looking at their phones. It's wild.
Yes.
It's like, if you went back 20 years before the iPhone came out, you just wouldn't see that.
Yeah. It is hard.
And it's like, sorry.
No, I was just saying, I feel the struggle daily, just having to be on the computer so much for the business. And I sort of even think about like work as like a distraction sometimes. Like, I'm jumping from task to task, and it's like, it's just something that I'm actively working on. And I genuinely want to be able to increase my attention and strengthen my focus. And I think the more I just speak that into the universe, and you guys hear it, then and people that are listening to hear it, then it empowers me to just go forth and conquer that goal.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's that can also help with like people that are really big overthinkers? Like, if you kind of dial in your attention, like, do you think it could help people that like overthink a lot?
I think so. I think that we tend to overthink things because we're so distracted and we can't focus.
Yeah.
There is a concept called underthinking, and Cal Newport has a book. I'm about halfway through it right now. It's actually been out for a couple of years, called Slow Development.
Yeah.
And he talks about, underthinking, and just don't sit there and ruminate. Like, he's a big fan of going for walks and just like trying to clear your mind, and then you will start to be able to focus on things. Ideas will come to you. You'll be inspired and that sort of thing. So we are lacking inspiration because we don't ever have time with ourselves to just let our brain work things out.
Yeah.
It's
inspiration
wild.
and creativity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Similar concept to that is from the book Hagakiri. They talk about how in war and in battle, hesitation gets you killed. And I think about that a lot, just going through life. Like, if I'm hesitating on getting something done, it just helps me to be like, no, like, let's just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Just go, like, whatever you just thought about right now that you're like, now all wishy-washy. Oh, should I do this? Should I, fold these clothes now? Or should I first do this and then go back to folding the clothes or something? It's like, boom, just fold the clothes. Just get them done.
Yeah.
And that's something I have to do.
Well,
I have to remind myself that hesitation gets me killed.
I would like to add that planning is not necessarily hesitation. It can be. You
Yeah.
can overplan things, but but saying, I'm going to do this thing, and part of doing it is planning it.
Yeah.
That's, we're not saying like, don't plan, just do, because some things are too complicated to just do without any plan.
Yeah. Actually, I think that's another great practice that people can do, is just brain dump onto a page. Like, Ruby tells me to do it all the time, because I'll start like getting all anxious about, these things I want to work on, and constantly reminding me just to write it down. Like, literally just create a list real quick. And I think that's an act of like not hesitating or initiating action, but it's just like, okay, here's the page of everything that I'm stressed about. And now for some reason, it feels way less stressful to have it on the page. Like, oh, I got to get this ordered for the gym. Okay, I got to plan this. And then I got to talk to Laird and Tina about this, blah, blah. And once it's on the page, it's way less like, it's like way less
There's usually less volume
inducing, because
than you
it
thought,
just feels like it's floating around your head. All these things that you're like trying to grip. And
There's actually a name for that.
what?
It's called the Zeigarnik effect.
Zeigarnik.
The Zeigarnik effect. When things are floating around in your head,
Yeah.
it feels like there's more than there is.
Yeah. And then when you write it down.
And then you typically will be driving, or you're in a situation where you can't do anything about it, and that's when it pops in your head and it'll drive you crazy. You're like, oh, I got to do this. And then by the time you get where you're going, you kind of forgot about it, and then you're driving and oh, God, I really got to do that,
Yeah.
So if you just capture things as they pop into your head
Yeah.
and just get them down in a place that you'll revisit, then
Yeah.
it will actually calm you dramatically.
I think for me, I'm a big like paralysis by analysis type of guy. Like, if I start thinking about something, I'm in like one thing, like language learning, for example. First of all, with anything, there's like so many different ways to learn something. And you can take two different experts that learned it completely different ways, but they're both experts, And so like when you start, I always start by like looking up a video, reading an article, and being like, oh, how can I apply that? How can I apply that? Oh, but this person doesn't do it this way. Why doesn't he do it this way? Oh, maybe it's because this is better or that's better.
Yeah.
And then you're always looking for like the easy, like you want a, just the same across the board answer from all these different people, but you're never going to get it. And at the end of the day, like you just gotta, like you said, start it.
Yeah.
And once you start it, you're going to get better at whatever you're doing, or you're going to get your task done.
Yeah.
You'll eventually get your task done. And so,
Yeah, but strangely, if you don't start, you never finish.
exactly.
Isn't that weird?
Exactly.
That's strange.
Just start. And if
You're
you
guaranteed not to finish.
yes.
Yeah.
With whatever you're trying to get better at or whatever you're trying to learn, like it's pretty like simple, even though you don't want to like make it that way, because it's hard. And when things are hard and someone says, oh, it's simple, you just got to do it every day, you're like, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good point, because it is simple. We talk about getting better at jiu-jitsu. Like, what do we always say? Just show up.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you have to do. Like, I promise you. There's no secret sauce. There's no secret magic pill, like you guys say. You just show up. That's all it is. And sometimes we overthink the idea of showing up. They're like, oh, well, maybe, today's like no gi. So, and I'm trying to focus on the gi right now, blah, blah. But it's like, oh my God, just show up. Like if you just go, like, trust me, you're probably going to learn something you didn't know. And if not, you're going to refine what you're already working
you're gonna
on.
get better at something
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for, something like language learning or choosing to pursue something else. Like, yeah, the less you can overanalyze and paralyze yourself is just, it's better for you just to, jump into it. One day at a time, even if it's fucking 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we jump into the tournament?
Yeah.
Speaking of jumping.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So the first thing that I felt from the energy of the tournament.
We competed, the all ground comp team
Yeah.
competed 2-3 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
United Grappling.
And, I think we had like this big emphasis on winning the tournament where we were like, we were pretty positive that we would take home the gold. And if they didn't had bunched like kids and adults together, I think we probably could have won like an adult medal. But I think there was like this energy, like leaving it from like the leaders or like the bigger parts of this team, like me, you, Chunks, Tina, Joe, even Ty a little bit, just being, even though he's a blue belt,
Oh, yeah. It's so wise though, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, don't listen to anything I say about jiu-jitsu. Just go listen to those guys.
I felt like we were kind of walking away, like feeling a little defeated, where it was like, man, that was a rough day for us. That was a rough day. But, when I had some time to like, kind of just digest the whole tournament, I thought back to all our other tournaments and, we've always faced losses we didn't expect. And, people that maybe didn't even take home a win. And like, I think it's because like the emphasis on the medal was, we made that more important than we needed to.
Yeah.
And like, as a tournament altogether, like, and some people competed for the first time and haven't even trained that long. And some people lost. Some people did really good. And I think that's exactly what was bound to happen.
Yeah.
And overall, we did really, really good as a team.
Yeah,
and Ty
definitely.
even, did the statistics and brought up that we had the second highest win rate in the tournament. So that's good. That's big.
Shout out to Kamainu. They,
yes.
they had the highest win rate.
Yeah.
But I think even then they took what, third?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think
I
they
know
took third place.
Dream, they took first.
First overall.
Yeah.
Which is
And they
awesome.
brought a lot of kids, I think, which was great.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to just keep building our kids program and get some kids that eventually want to compete.
Yeah.
But overall, like a lot of great takeaways. We had,
for sure.
I think everyone that we were like, that really put a lot of time into their jiu-jitsu did really good, and then
Yeah,
the people that were just like trying it out, they were like, man, I just want to see how I feel. I want to go and I want to compete. I want to get that experience under my belt. And, maybe it's something I'll really enjoy and I'll want to do it again. Or maybe it's something I won't enjoy. And then I'm glad I'll at least have had that experience.
Yeah.
And those people, some of them did really good. Well, all of them did good, but some of them took a lot of losses, and that's okay because you learn a lot about those people in those times. We've talked a lot about Elias's MMA journey, and like, he's taken losses, and we've gotten to learn immensely about his heart and his character through those. And I think we learned a lot about the people that that had the same experience in their first jiu-jitsu tournament.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I was really proud to see how the whole team handled defeats. Specifically, obviously the people that lost some tough matches. Not only after the tournament, like I could feel that they, were disappointed. But I could also feel like they knew in their heart they left it out there on the mats.
Yeah.
And that was apparent to Laird and I think to everybody else watching. And then outside of that, seeing them show up on Monday or Tuesday the following week.
Yeah.
The ones that
Ready
had,
to work.
Yeah, the ones that had tough losses. Boom, they were here Monday morning or Tuesday. Start of the week, just ready to get better. And, I think it's common for people to want to take like a few days off or a week off after a tournament, but most everybody was in here getting after it. And that's just inspiring. And yeah, like Laird said, like we've experienced so many tough losses on this journey. I mean, people going out there and having a few losses at their first tournament is only a good thing. It's only a positive thing because they've gone out there and they've done something that 99% of people are not going to do, which is go like, expose your weaknesses on the mat in front of people to watch. And competition is the great veil into, what you need to work on, what your strengths and weaknesses are.
Yeah. Can't hide out there.
Yeah, you can't hide.
Yeah.
It's really nerve-wracking, and it'll bring out the best and the worst in some people. But it's something that you just take so much away from, and it's so character building if you have the right team around you. I think a lot of people can be too negative, and even coaches. Like you have to have the right coaches, the ones that are proud of you and proud of the work ethic and proud of the preparation. Because you want people to be inspired after their losses.
I think that's the key. You guys, and Chunks would definitely say this. You get a general sampling of the population coming into All Ground, and there are people here that would generally be more negative. There are people here that would generally be more positive. There's just all types, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, competition can bring out the best and the worst in people. And I think that which one it brings out is heavily influenced by you guys.
Hmm.
And that's why I think that it brought the best out in basically everybody. I didn't see anybody over in the corner like slitting their wrists because they didn't do well. I think they were disappointed, and they should be disappointed. If you work hard at something and then you don't have the results you wanted, then if you're not disappointed, then did you even really want it? So
Yeah.
I think that there was some disappointment, but there wasn't like I hate myself and this sucks. Like they didn't dwell on the negativity. They dwelled on, well, I did show up and I put in the effort and I want to get better and I can get better. And like they had the
Exactly.
right attitude coming out of it.
Exactly.
And that was because of you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Ty.
I think people, need to understand like the story isn't written with one tournament.
Yeah.
And I think it's easy to experience a bunch of losses and be like, wow, I'm not good at this. These people are better. Like, why would I ever, compete again when like I'm just going to lose? Like, that's clear. Everyone can beat me,
Yeah. If you don't get any better, that'll be true. Yeah.
Yeah. And like they could think like, oh, well, yeah, I can go and train some more, but these people are going to train some more too. And then they're always going to beat me. But like, that's the difference is you don't think that way.
Right.
You go back into the gym and think like, what can I do to get better? And also I know that I can train hard enough or smart enough to be able to beat those guys. The story isn't told that day. I believe that the next time we compete, I'm going to beat those guys. And maybe it's a little bit of delusion at first, and we've talked a lot about that, but like, when we walked into Kaios for the first time, there was some really, really, really tough rolls,
Yeah.
And like, there was never a point though, even if I got submitted or got just my ass handed to me, I would always walk out of there being like, I'm going to beat that guy next time I come in. I'm going to beat him next time I come in, no matter how bad I got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
I still walked away thinking I'm going to beat that guy the next time I go in,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And so
yeah, that's the saying, success is not final, failure is not fatal.
Fatal.
It's the courage that continue that counts.
yes, yeah.
It's pretty defining.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are taking that attitude, which is a great thing to see because, as a coach, of course you want to see people succeed and win, and that's a great feeling. But you also, get to know people a little more through their losses. And like, you almost want everyone to experience something tough or a loss at some point. as a coach, because you're like, I just want to see how you'll handle it.
Yeah.
I want to see what you're going to do after that.
Yes.
You know?
And another thing is they want to see how their coaches are going to handle it. How their coaches are going to react. And I mean, personally, it's never really easy for me to watch one of our students lose, especially like a close match. So there's a practice there as an instructor where I have to, embody a higher version of myself and the martial artist within, because I understand that it's not me out there on the mats, and what my role is, our role as coaches, is to be as supportive as we can be and have our students' backs no matter what.
Yep.
Win or lose, we show them love and we show that we're proud of them. And then we make adjustments. But yeah, there's times where, I'm heated inside where I'm just like, people make mistakes and some people do things that we've never taught in here, but that's just competition. That's the nature of competition. You revert to some bad habits, or you do things that you're not even learning because you're out there just trying to figure it out. But yeah, you definitely, coaches are exposed as well. And I was overall proud of the way that we represented our academy.
Yeah. When you say coaches are exposed as well, like it's in a big way too. Like, cause you can let your ego get in the way as a coach big time, and you can get way too upset or way too proud of your student winning, or way too upset of your student losing. But one thing that I always try to think about when we're going to these local competitions, white belts, blue belts. Yeah, of course I want my student to succeed. I want him to win.
Yeah.
But when I look across from him, there's another white belt or blue belt that's trying to learn and do good things in jiu-jitsu and has their own journey.
Yeah.
Has their own journey through jiu-jitsu, and that's something that makes me happy.
Yeah.
When I can look across and be like, wow, if you see 6-7 people in someone's bracket, that's great, because jiu-jitsu is growing.
Yeah.
Because you see more people in jiu-jitsu, and the more people, the better.
Yeah.
And so when I look across, like, if one of our students lose, proud of them, take care of them, comfort them, and also be proud of the other person. And be able to shake their hand and be like, great work. Your jiu-jitsu was great today.
That's really well said. Cause, and honestly, really great for me to hear as well, because I don't think I think about that as much. And to hear you say that is actually really powerful, to know that, just right across from them is another white belt who's out there putting it all on the line. It's such a great level of awareness to have as a coach. And, something I want to think about more as we go into our next competitions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not to get so like emotionally involved with just my student, but just recognize that they're both out there putting it on the line, and that's fucking awesome.
It is. And Laird, you're going to experience this soon. At some point here, Lila's probably going to want to get involved in sports, whether it be jiu-jitsu and other things.
Yeah.
But you're going to see these rabid parents. And you're going to see this other kid that's this nervous little kid out there trying to compete, And of course you want Lila to be the winner because she's your kid.
Yes.
But to have that empathy for that other kid and to be able to say, hey, this kid's just trying to win too. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's positive and that's good. And if it's at the expense of Lila, hey, Lila got to learn something and that kid got to have a great experience and show them respect and love. I wish more parents thought like that, because most of them don't. And parents are usually the worst part about youth sports by a wide margin. It is the kids are usually not too bad. The parents are terrible.
Yeah.
So if you're a parent listening to this and your kids play sports, all I can say is just basically just shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up and let your kid play.
Yes. Let your kid play and let the coach do what the coach is supposed to do.
Yes.
That's a huge thing. I agree, Ty. That's
just shut up.
I mean, you see it in practices too. Like,
oh, so bad.
So luckily we haven't had to deal with it here, but we've dealt with some parents, just sideline coaching parents in the practice. Yeah. And they will be upset with their kids. Like, not doing, quite as well as they expect them to do, or, they have a tough day at practice, or they're not listening. And I mean, everyone has the right to parent their kids.
I like to see the parents, like my buddy Caleb will be out here with his kids, right? And his son will be goofing off, and he's not going to try to coach his kid in jiu-jitsu. Caleb doesn't even know jiu-jitsu. He doesn't know, but he'll be like, pay attention.
Yes.
That's the kind of parenting you want. Like, show your coach respect.
Yes.
Not, don't listen to Laird. What you want is the underhook.
Or go for this. Come on, get him in that.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I think there was a lot of great takeaways from that tournament, and overall, I think we did great.
I agree. Yeah, I was really proud of the team, the camaraderie, the support. Everybody competed, won and lost with class. Everybody had class.
Yeah,
and that was just awesome.
The guy that was organizing the tournament made sure to come up to Elias afterwards, and pay his respects to that fact that us as coaches were all respectful, all of our students were respectful.
Yep,
and he made sure to come up to us afterwards and give a little speech.
Yeah, that was really sweet.
Yeah, that was really nice, and that's just like good recognition for us to know that, like, hey, we're doing something right.
I think so.
We're doing something right here.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say one other thing, but
I did want to say, from my perspective at the promotion ceremony, I think the coolest promotion, because you guys like kind of did a little bait and switch with him a little bit. I don't know if it was on purpose, but you did a great job. Was with Milsner. He came out and you guys gave him his purple belt, but I think Elias, you were like tearing a piece of tape, or Tino was, and he was convinced he was just getting a stripe. And then lo and behold, out comes out the purple belt. And I think he was pretty shocked.
Yes.
And he immediately had that look on his face like he had imposter syndrome. And I'm like, look, man, afterward I said, I'm like just a brand new fresh blue belt. But I will say this. When I roll with you, when I watch you roll, you don't roll like the other blue belts. I mean, from my limited knowledge, you're definitely a purple belt. You are way better than most of the blue belts, or all the blue belts in here. So
from a technical standpoint, he's a purple belt. Absolutely. And I honestly think he like started to settle into it pretty soon after the promotion, to where like I was talking to him and he was like, yeah, man, he was talking about his journey. And when you put all the numbers together and the years and time you spent at blue belt, you're like, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm a purple belt. I've definitely been here for a long time. Yeah,
he's awesome, man. I'm so stoked to have him on the mats with us, and to award him his purple belt, alongside you guys. And he's one of my toughest training partners out there in the comp class. Like he pushes me, and I feel like he's got that mentality of like, I gotta try and score on Elias. I gotta try and beat him. I can't let him pass him.
Right.
And it's so invaluable having him here. So that was a cool one. That was definitely cool.
Yeah, I think there were some people that obviously didn't expect anything. Like Bailey, I don't know if she was completely expecting her blue belt.
I don't think she was.
Good.
But
no, I think she was shocked.
Yeah,
she was shocked.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I think Ty.
I was like, I had no idea. I thought a lot about it, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm at. And I told Charles, what's Charles and Evania? What's his last name?
Neef.
Neefy.
Neef.
Okay, we're gonna have to ask him how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
I think we're slaughtering it. But I was talking to him, at Open Mat on Halloween.
Yeah.
And I was telling him that I thought a lot about, what it means to be promoted to blue belt. And I thought in this journey of jiu-jitsu, it's kind of like if you've ever gone rock climbing, and let's say you're going to climb like the nose of El Cap, like it's this big, nasty climb, like you can go do free rider, but you have to park, 2 miles from the base of the climb. And then you got to do this nasty hike called the approach, right? And that in and of itself can be really difficult. And you might even be tired before you even start climbing. And I feel like the blue belt is the approach.
Yes.
You're just getting to the base. And now you look up and you're like, all right, now I got to climb this mountain. And that's kind of how I feel, right? Like it's not easy. It's not easy to get a blue belt, but it doesn't mean that you've climbed the mountain.
No.
Now you have a lot of climbing to do.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. And
definitely. Man, we were super stoked to give you your blue
Yeah,
belt.
that was cool, man.
Yeah.
That was very
That was
meaningful.
cool. There was a reason we saved the best for last.
Yeah. It was funny seeing all like the, how people were clapping and stuff. It's like some people are just fan favorites.
Oh yeah. When
Some
when
people
we
are fan
gave
favorites
Temp
here.
Ty the blue belt, that was
Dude,
the place exploded.
yeah, the place exploded for sure.
That was awesome.
Yeah. But I think Parker and Colton were both. They knew.
Oh yeah.
They had
They
to
were
know.
like, I'm getting a blue belt today.
Yeah.
You know?
They're too good to not get a blue belt.
Yeah.
Colton was very special for me because, I've known him since he was born.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
It's so
His
wild.
mom is my wife's best friend.
Yeah.
And so he grew up with my daughter and Reed, my son.
Yeah.
And Reed and Colton are pretty tight now.
Yeah.
Colton, they don't spend that much time together because Colton's in college and Reed's in high school still. But
Yeah.
if anytime I ask Reed, who his like closest friends are, he's got a couple in high school that he's pretty close with, but Colton's
Yeah.
always like
On that.
top
Yeah.
of the list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Colton's just a guy that he knows is just a good person
Yeah.
and he can rely on him. And when he needs advice from a peer, Colton's the guy he goes to.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So that was very special for me to get to see Colton, succeed at this thing. And God, he's such a freaking athlete. He's
Yeah, dude.
so good.
He's so
Kind of
freaking good.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid how athletic
He's
that
good at
kid is.
everything. Good at
Yeah.
everything.
I love to think about like the future of these young athletes at the academy right now, like Reed and Colton and Parker,
Yes.
and just how when they start like really climbing the ranks here,
Yeah.
the matches in the gym are just gonna be
Oh,
insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like
You're
the-
like, it's
the-
for my entertainment.
Yeah,
That's
like
why,
the gym wars are gonna be intense,
Yeah.
man.
Well, we got to watch Colton and Julian go at it the other night, just first to score. Takedowns only because, they were having like a little back and forth, friendly banter. But dude, they were scrambling.
Dude,
You
yes,
know, going hard, like getting in on shots, defending, rolling
so
through.
sick.
And I'm like, oh, these guys are gonna be like this forever.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
just gonna be the constant, just
Yep.
it's so cool
Arms
to watch
race.
at like an
Yeah.
early stage right now.
Yeah.
And like just imagining them as black belts doing
Yeah.
the same thing,
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So sick. Yeah.
And that's when Elias and I can just sit back and relax and
yeah.
not have to,
Yeah.
protect the gym for every
Couple corn
new
cob
person that
pipes
comes in.
and
Yeah.
rocking chairs.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That sounds awesome. Yeah.
That's hilarious. No.
There was one thing I wanted to say about getting your blue belt because I've thought about this just after promoting people. When you get the next belt, I think it's really common to compare yourself. Either to your peers who also have blue belts or to others that you watch that have blue belts. And nobody is like good at every aspect. And when you
Right.
get your blue belt, you're probably far better at certain aspects of grappling than other blue belts are. And maybe they're better at aspects that you're not.
Yeah.
But you're just at a point in your journey where you have shown the commitment, you have shown the technique, you have shown that you're ready,
Mhm.
and don't question yourself. I mean, at least for our students, I can't say about other students, but don't question yourself so much because Laird and I have seen black belts that don't know how to do a proper double leg or a single leg. And that's because it really depends on, what lineage you come from and who's teaching you. And there's so many aspects of grappling and of jiu-jitsu that you're just constantly going to be pursuing and trying to get better at. So when you get that next belt, don't compare yourself because if you got it awarded, if it was awarded to you by a coach that really cares, then you are supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be there and just keep getting better. Keep getting better. Keep strengthening, your weaknesses and doubling down on your strengths. Because you're exactly where you need to be. And the game is so vast. Jiu-jitsu is really infinite.
Yeah.
And so you'll never, attain the highest level. It's always going to be
There's
a
always
work.
more to learn.
There's always more to learn. It's always a work in progress. But just keep getting better.
And also what Elias said at the end of the promotion ceremony is you're exactly where you need to be, whether you got promoted or not, which is awesome to think about, like, and we take careful consideration, into those type of things. So I am exactly where I need to be, whether I got a new belt, I got a stripe, or I didn't get anything. I'm exactly where I need to be, and I'm excited to continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I can tell you for sure that all the blue belts in the academy were really happy last night when you promoted Monty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they were tired of being submitted by a white belt and just beaten up by this guy. They're like, when are you going to give this guy his blue belt? He's just working us, and he's not a white belt.
Yeah.
All right, let's just all admit that out loud.
Yeah.
So
That
way
was
to go,
well
Monty.
deserved.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
Way to go, Monty.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What
That was big. Some people, it's just like they just put in the time, no matter what's going on in their life. Like they just put in the time. And Monty's one of those guys that's just here putting in the time, even though he's got a crazy busy schedule. He's still here putting in the
crazy
time.
schedule.
And that's rewarded always.
Yeah. It's awesome. He was one of those guys that we were excited to promote at the promotion ceremony. Unfortunately, he couldn't be there, but we were just like, when he was here yesterday, I was texting these guys. I was like, we're doing it today, right? Like, we got to. This guy can't be a white belt any longer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. About an hour and 10 minutes in or so. Anything else you guys wanted to touch base on before we die? Was there anything?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that everybody was really excited about the promotion ceremony. I think it was a really, really meaningful thing. I agree that those moments are moments that you don't want to let pass by.
Yeah.
And I was super excited to go because I knew Colton was getting his blue belt.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I was like, I mean, I don't want to say I don't care if I get promoted, but knowing that Colton was going to get it, I was so excited. I messaged his mom. I'm like, you got to come. And she made blue belt cookies.
Yeah. Oh my God. Those were so good.
They were good. They were good. So
Colton had 9, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Maybe 10. He might have hit double digits on those.
He's like, these are my cookies. They were made for me. I'm going to eat them all.
These. Yeah. That was awesome. Maybe we want to say the same thing, but yeah.
Yeah. I was just going to end with a couple things. First and foremost, Julian's fighting this weekend. And, a lot of people don't know, or maybe never will know, what it's like to get locked in a cage with someone and have to hurt them, and for that person.
I don't want to find out personally.
And I think what I want to say is just, it is a deep, deep experience that only few people will ever get to experience. And I think more than ever, support from your team is big right now, and I would just, for whoever's listening, to just think about that, think about Julian and the work and the effort he's put in, and let's just show up for him this week, big time, and be there to just give energy to him. 'Cause this is when the energy needs to be absorbed, when he's about to cut the weight, and the fight's this weekend, and there's a lot of mental, things that go on this whole week. So, if you're listening, let's be here for Julian this week, and let's support him big time.
Which means that you have to get the podcast produced and out in the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Otherwise, the message will be meaningless.
Deal.
Yeah, definitely. I've been thinking a lot about, in order to be extraordinary, you have to do extraordinary things. And I think that Julian is doing something extraordinary. I know it's his amateur debut, but a lot of people will never do that, and he's prepared like a true professional. And I am just super proud to be not only one of his coaches, but one of his teammates. I mean, him and I are in here every morning and under the tutelage of Laird, just working our asses off. And it's been really cool to watch his growth as a martial artist, as a human being, and as a warrior. He's a force. And it's just cool that this is still the beginning of his journey, because he's come leaps and bounds, and I'm really excited to watch him do his thing.
Absolutely.
And then, yeah, lastly, before we sign off, you and Chunks and I'm not sure if, and Joe, I'm not sure who was totally involved, but you guys awarded me, Laird, and Tina some really special gifts, some carvings of Musashi, like these plaques of Miyamoto Musashi, that I think is definitely one of the coolest gifts that we've ever received.
That's awesome.
And I just wanted to acknowledge you on the podcast,
Yeah.
and Chunks, anyone that was involved, because man, that was emotional.
It was Chunks' brainchild, by the way. Yeah.
Awesome. Yes.
He led the charge on that.
Awesome. Well, Chunks, that was one of the most special gifts ever. Emotional, just from, what that represents to Laird and I and our upbringing. And
certainly.
Just super grateful.
One of the more surreal moments as, being a coach.
Yeah.
For me, that was huge.
Well, I think your dad's definitely got to be very proud of you guys. I mean, nobody's perfect. Nobody does a perfect job raising kids. But I can say if I were your dad and I was looking at you guys, I'd be like, God, I did a really good job.
Yeah.
Be very proud.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dad and Mom and stepmom.
Yeah. And everyone who was in charge of helping raise these little Tasmanian devils.
Dude, I know. Holy shit. We were trouble.
There's a lot of biting and scratching.
We were trouble. Yeah. So yeah, thanks to everyone. One team, one dream, baby. If you're watching this, you can see Ty designed the one team, one dream motto across the wall here at All Ground. So yeah, a little more accenting for the podcast, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Right.
Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
Blake Parker, train harder.